got probably one of the rarest Hollywood documents you've ever had come to your store.
So, first off, who's Harry Carey, if it's not the baseball announcer?
Harry Carey was like the first major Hollywood blockbuster in Western films back in the silent era. About 185 signatures on here.
That is pretty cool, but it sort of sucks that they're so crammed together like this. You know, just being a businessman, I like them much more spaced apart so I can cut the thing to pieces.
I'm selling a rawhide parchment. It was presented to Hollywood legend Harry Carey and signed by 185 Hollywood legends. I'm asking $16,000. I'd like to sell this piece because I'd like to buy some items that I think would be more in line with what I like to collect. Samuel Goldwyn, John Ford, William Wyler, Elia Kazan, Clark Gable, John Wayne, Mickey Rooney, Ronald Reagan is over here. Names that I'm sure you grew up with and names you know up into your adulthood.
It does have some incredible people on it. Judy Garland.
Cecil B. DeMille is there.
And everyone has heard that term. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. I've never heard of Harry Carey, the actor, but apparently he's got a lot of famous friends. With 200 autographs, this might be a new record for the shop. But with this many autographs comes a lot of concerns. So you want to sell this?
Yeah,
So how much do you want to sell this for?
$16,000.
Okay. First off, you have some amazing autographs here, but one of the big problems you have here is they're all jumbled together. Generally, when you have a bunch of autographs together, they make them worth less. You got some neat stuff here and some stuff I don't like, and I just don't know how it's going to affect the price. Give me a few minutes. Let me call someone and get them down here and take a look at this thing. Just make sure everything's legit and help me figure out a price.
Sure.
Okay? This guy is asking $16,000. I just don't know. That's why I'm calling in Steve. So, Harry Carey, the silent movie star that I'd never heard of.
Well, most of us don't really know about that stuff, but I do know from, entertainment history, Hollywood history. The guy was in a ton of movies.
And this is signed by, like, a who's who of Hollywood in 1941.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually kind of a cool piece. Well, most people know Harry Carey as an obnoxious broadcaster for the Chicago Cubs, but the other Harry Carey is a silent screen star, is actually a guy that John Wayne modeled a lot of his acting after. Well, let's have a look at it. I mean, the first thing I want to do is I want to check out the ink on here, and I just want to get a better idea what I'm dealing with. And I'm just going to kind of place it over. This is rawhide here we're dealing with. This area here, overlapping here, again up on top, and I'm just going to keep coming along here. And again, we see it again. And there's no doubt I'm seeing ink on here. So that's a good thing, live ink.
Okay.
The second thing I do want to start looking at is some of the names we have on here. The first one I'm going to start with is Clark Gable. And what I'm looking for is this nice, beautiful every letter signature. He formed this big G here, wasn't a straight up cursive capital. And you can see here, kind of looking at the same thing. Let's look at John Wayne himself. This signature, John Wayne, you see he's kind of rolling that O in there. He's doing the same thing throughout here.
So the big question is, I mean, what's it worth? Because you have all these great signatures, but, you have other signatures written over signatures.
Yeah. You'd have to find that, uber Hollywood person that really wants this type of assemblage together. The ink's great. I really like the presentation of it all. So based on that, I value this piece right at about $5,000.
Okay. Thanks, man.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Take care.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks. If Rick ends up getting this piece, he has to buy it at the right price. But I think if somebody came in the shop and saw those great names, I think they'd easily be attracted to it.
Okay, so, realistically, what would you take for it?
I'm really close to $16,000, right?
How much?
$16,000.
There's just no way I can. it's individually, I see it maybe. So what's your bottom dollar?
I could go, hearing what he said, I could go $12,000.
I'd give you $3,500 for it.
Wow, that's a lot less than what I'm prepared to consider. I think I'm gonna hold on to it, but I thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, there's no way we're gonna be able to make a deal?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thanks for bringing it in, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks. I think to the right collector, this piece is worth more than my asking price was. This piece is gonna hang on my wall until the right person who can appreciate it comes along.